I'd like to welcome you to the Canvas course for economics. A few things I want to show you. I want to start off when you're in Canvas, which you can access through the myKatie Cloud website through Katie ISD. When you come in here, you can click on Inbox, and this will be where all the messages will be from me or from yourself to me, so you can keep track of the correspondence. This is important because I'll be sending out information, and your instructor will be sending out information about the course, about things you need to know, reminders for due dates, that sort of thing. But this is also where you can simply click right here, compose a new message, choose the course, and then you could, if you have me, for instance, you could just type Mr. Yates, and the name will pop up once the course is live. And then you can put your subject and write me a question, or your instructor, and you can ask questions about the unit, due dates, things like that. Hit send, and then that way it'll be a faster way to reach us. Now, when you first log in to the course, it'll look something like this. This is your dashboard page. A few things you want to know. Sometimes the district will put information up here in the form of it could be important notes, might be something related to the final exam if you take this course online, and so always you want to check here. These would be your courses that you're doing. Now if you don't see your class, go to courses, click all courses, and then what you'll do is you'll have a list here, and you're going to want to find it, and then you want to highlight the star, and once the star is highlighted, it will show up on your dashboard. If you unclick it like I just did, it will take it off of your dashboard. Okay, so we'll go into the dashboard here. Now I'm going to go to basically an overview course here, just so you can kind of see. You'll have what's called the home page, and so if you look over here on the left, this would be the home page if you ever want to get back to it. There's some ways to navigate down here at the bottom, but primarily when you're signed in on the computer, you're going to want to use the ones here on the left. Now if you're using the app, it'll look slightly different. A few things I do want to point out. You will have usually over in this side a to-do list, and if you're on the app, it will come up pretty readily. You do not want to use that. The reason is it will take you to the pages for certain assignments, but the problem is, and I'll show you this in a minute, it will sometimes be locked and it will not be accessible by you when you go from those hot links because of the way the course is set up. Okay, so a couple things, I'll show you that here in a minute, but let's go to the syllabus. If you ever want a reminder on basic information, course description, materials you need, there's a video on how to use the app, which we call Genius Scan, basic breakdown of grades, late work, retest policy, those sorts of things are all here. But at the bottom of the page, this is pretty helpful. It's a calendar of everything that's due by due date. So it goes in order. And so you have that available to you. Okay. Now let's go to modules. This is where you're going to spend most of your time, so make sure you always go into the course through modules, and again, not through the to-do list. The way these modules are set up, they're collapsible, and they go in order. Okay. So the very first module you're going to want to open up is Unit 1, Orientation, Course Information here. You'll start here on this first tab, and you'll notice that it says to view. So in order to go to this tab, you're going to have to view this first one. Once you've viewed that, you just click on it. You would read through the information, and then you could click next and go one by one through the module. Okay. Let's go back to the main module page so you can see the setup. Okay, a few things. One, we'll have some information here. If you have a pacing guide or a calendar, this again will list what we saw on the syllabus page with all the due dates. How to be successful in this class, very important, kind of give you a feel for the things you can do to kind of help yourself in here, because economics is a difficult course from the standpoint of a lot of the vocabulary and concepts are new to you. You haven't really had them a lot in previous social studies courses, so this will help point you in the right direction. This is a very good one. Let me show you this one, the online textbook. Okay, it'll tell you how to get on there step by step. You can also watch a video where I walk you through it and show you some of the features of the online textbook. Now, if you have any issues, this would be the troubleshooting section, so you can read through this. Okay, and so the very important thing is how to get a hold of KDISD if you ever have issues, and contact them so you can have access or find out if there's something wrong with the online textbook. That would be who you want to contact. I can only do so much, and your instructor, if you have someone else, can only do so much. Again, the retest policy and the late work policy. Now, go back to the modules. You will see things like academic dishonesty, Canvas accessibility, and if you're taking this course online, especially, go through the proctoring information. When you take it online, you'll use a company called Proctorio, which you're going to have to do a few things to set up. The big thing is that this thing monitors and uses your camera to record you as you take tests and quizzes to make sure that cheating is not happening, and it has a number of safeguards in there. So you'll want to make sure that your computers are all set up properly, that pop-ups are turned off, notifications are turned off while you are testing or quizzing using that service. Now, if you're taking the face-to-face course, then we will not be using that. We'll have another method through there. There'll be a pledge for you to sign, both for expectations and academic honesty from the district. So make sure you do that. That'll be the first way you submit information. Okay, if you're taking this course online, you will find that you have access to the final exam review now, mainly so that you can work through it, especially if you're taking the summer version of the course, so that you can work through it, and as you go through each of these units down below, and you'll be ready then for the final. If you're taking this course during the fall or the spring, that may not be available. Alright, so the first actual testable unit is Unit 2, and so you'll start again at the beginning. Now, every unit will have this set up. It'll have a basic overview, the things you're expected to know, along with what we call the TEKS, okay, the essential knowledge and skills for that unit. It'll have the places in the textbook to go, both for the online and if you have an actual hard copy of the textbook. It'll have page numbers. Okay, it'll tell you flip videos to watch on the online textbook video website, and any additional reading. Okay, this would be required reading, so you would click on that link and be able to open that up. These are the PowerPoints, okay, for this particular unit, so you can read through those notes, and this is where I've recorded basic information over the PowerPoints, kind of discuss some things that you might see and things to think about as you go through it. Okay. Sometimes you'll have additional video resources that are required viewing, such as these on production possibility curves, or you'll just have some that are just additional for you if you want to use them. Maybe they tell it to you in a way that you better understand. These would be additional things. And lastly, and this is key to the class, you'll always find the unit vocabulary already defined for you. Okay. So for this unit, these are the terms you need to know. Okay, and so that should save you some time having to get on the online textbook and look them all up in the glossary. They're that way for every single unit. Then you'll basically just progress in order through a series of assignments, quizzes, more assignments, a test review, which is worth bonus points on the major category. Okay, 5 points if you complete it. And answer it correctly, and then the test itself. Okay, and as you go through, Mission 3 basically is only available in the fall. It's a one-day thing. It's a national unit. You'll go through again. Here's the overview. You'd see the same thing, supply and demand, and so you'll go through and we'll just go simply in order. Here's where you'll submit your final exam review at the end of the semester, and then the final exam if you are taking it online, through the online course especially. Okay. You may have access to grades. If we end up doing video conferencing where I can explain some things to you, I may have some tutoring sessions like that way in the semester. Adobe Connect is where you'd want to go for that. And then you'll have a few other things. Now, you want to also go to settings, okay, and make sure that, you know, if there's anything here you can fix, or if you want to add a picture, I think you can do that. Now let's go to account, and you'll want to click on your profile. Make sure you have everything you want set up, okay, and then I want you to go to notifications, and if you go here, you'll notice that you'll have a different things set up, and you can actually change how you're notified. So if there's a due date change, you could, you know, kind of hover over this and find out, you know, one of them means, yeah, send it to me all the time. You can see right here, send daily, send weekly, don't send anything. There's going to be a number of things you're going to want to put the X on. You know, stick to the main things. If I send you a message, if anything comes through the inbox, any correspondence, conversations, anything that changes on due dates or that sort of thing, you definitely want to receive. So go to settings to add more information. You'll find that your KDISD email is already here. If you use a different email, you can click here and add it. If you want to get text messages, you could add that through other contact method. Or if you're using the app, you really can kind of turn a lot of this off, so you're not getting pop-ups all the time, because the app will have its own built-in notification system for you. So those are different ways you can do that. So once you set it up here in settings, then you can go back to notifications, and the new way you added will be here. Or like I said, if you want to turn off, let's say, notifications to email, get it through the app, you can do that. Okay, so if you have any questions, that's basically it. If you have any other further questions, though, again, hit the inbox and you can ask it, and I hope that's helpful.